Good evening, everyone. I'm Nathan, here with my wonderful wife, Laura.
Hello.
And we're going to do a review and playthrough of the 2016 version of Payday.
We sure are. I believe we've reviewed one other Payday on the channel, and we've got at least one more still to come at some point as well, but today it's this version.
Yeah, so what's unusual about Payday, and I suppose the game alive, is that every release of it that's different seems to have slightly different rules accompanying it.
It does, it does. I'm going to say straight away, this is not our favourite version of Payday.
This one's pretty broken, and we'll explain why when we get into it, but it's pretty much you go through each month, at the end of the month you pay bills, you get a wage, and at the end of a set amount of months, whoever's got the most amount of money wins.
Exactly. So it's kind of like going through a regular month of your life, or a few months. I believe the recommended, if you're a new player to the game and you're learning, is 2 months. We're not new to it, but we're going to play the 2 months, otherwise it might be a bit too long for the video.
And to be honest, we've played it several times, and by the end of the first month, I think we're already done with it. But you'll see. So here's the manual.
We'll have a scan of that down in the description, just in case you find this version of the game without the instructions, because you can't just take instructions from another one and play this.
Pretty basic pieces. So you've got a big hair there. That doesn't come with the game. You got 4 coloured moving pieces, the regular dice and a Payday dice.
Has some different symbols, which we'll cover shortly.
Which I don't believe was in the version we reviewed.
No.
That's a newer edition.
It was, yeah, and it's not in the other version. So the other one we have that we haven't reviewed is our favourite and preferred version. We'll get to that at some point.
So you've got your money here. Hundreds, 500s, hundreds, 50s, 20s and 10s.
We also have a loan sheet, so if you've played Payday before you probably know what that's for, but if not, you take out loans if you can't pay for things. You then have to either pay interest at the end of the month or pay the loan back, or both sometimes you might end up doing.
Alright, and then we have
a lot of cards.
A lot of cards. So these are the bargain cards. In previous versions, they played a lot bigger part. This version, not so much. So basically, you can buy and sell items. So 50 kilos of clay, you buy for 550, and then if you land on a sell space, you can sell for 830, netting you a nice little profit.
Yeah, one of the other versions, for example, the cards are actually called something different, and there's a lot more profit to be made.
Yes.
This one, you don't make a lot on some of them, and even less in some ways, because there's cards in one of the other decks that actually takes money away from you as well.
Yeah, so most of the time you get 200-300 maybe a little less, a little more, but that's about sort of the leeway you're given. The problem comes not in these cards, but in the other cards you get
bills.
Not just bills.
There's a lot of bills.
Yes, there is a lot of bills, but the other cards I'm talking about as well. So
yes. Alright, so you get mail throughout the month. On one particular space you can pick up anywhere from 1 to 3 different items of mail. Most of them are not good.
Yeah, so we actually took apart all these decks and categorised them, what's a bill and what's not a bill and all that. I think more than 3/4 of the mail cards were bills.
Yes.
And I believe in other versions the ratio is a lot more even between good things, not things. Yeah.
So yeah, lots of different types of bills in here. I'm sure we'll see a lot of them as we play.
Let's see if I can get some.
And then there are a few other things you can get in here to help out throughout the game. Now that's still a bill.
So you can actually get insurance.
So the ones that say auto bill and medical bill, there's an insurance card for each of those.
That's a medical bill.
Yeah, you're still on bills. There we go. So there's a markup. So this one can go hand in hand with a bargain card if you have one. So if you pick one of these up, you pay $100 now, hold on to it, and then you can sell your bargain for more later.
That's another mark. There's only a few markups in this entire deck, by the way. I think there's 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 markups.
Alright, and there's only 1 medical insurance and 1 auto insurance card. If you happen to be lucky enough to get those, buy them, because then that helps you so that you don't have to pay for certain types of bills at the end of the month if you happen to have those.
So out of this entire deck...
Sorry, there was also one more that you missed, I think, wasn't there? The, no? Am I thinking they're in another card?
Are they the event ones that say no?
Oh, maybe. Yep.
So basically, out of that entire deck, 8 of them are the markups, so you can apply, buy it and get more. 2 of them are the insurance and the rest are all bills. So there's a pretty good chance you're going to get copped with a bill.
Yeah. Given the idea of the game is to be the one with the most money, that deck is not your friend.
So these are the broken cards in this particular version. These are the event cards. You land on a space, you pick up an event card and you do what it says.
And these are not in every version of Payday.
No. So unfortunately, I think 3/4 of them take 500 from any player. And as you can see from the bargain cards, $500 is a lot.
Yeah. We should mention you get a payday, hence the name of the game, at the end of every month that you pass on the board, which is only $800. So this one gives away your entire pay.
For the entire month, so $800?
Well, not gives it away, sorry, you get it from someone else. So it's really, really hard to make money in this game.
So this is the worst card. I think this deck has the raising the stakes as a team effort, and most of them are pretty much pay 500 to the jackpot. Pay 500 to the jackpot
in a minute as well.
Take 900 from any player.
That's more than your entire month's payday.
Consider this. Most of these only have maybe, let's say, on average, $200.
A profit, yeah.
So you'd have to do, 4 of these, at least, or 5 of those to make one of these cards up. And as you can see, just from my...
There's a lot of big values on these cards.
And so what it boils down to is you just hope you don't land on these event cards.
Essentially, you want to avoid them at all costs.
Take 1,000 from any player. Oh, get lost.
Yeah, so let's get the board out and we'll actually set up the board spaces. We kind of might take you through as we play a little bit.
Oh, I should mention one more thing. Surprisingly, this was at clearance at the reject shop in Australia. I don't know why.
Yeah, just this version. The other ones I've never really seen on clearance when they've been out in the past, but perhaps other people knew this one wasn't the best rendition either.
Alright, so we need $800. Well, let's get our playing pieces first.
Alright, so let's set up. So do you want to count out our starting money? You don't start with a great deal of it either. I'm going to be the blue. You start up here on start.
You better have
you're
that.
going to be
yellow. You better get that loan pad out nice and ready because we'll be using it.
So we've got our loans ready. The game does not come with like a pencil or pen or anything. I mean, it's not a huge issue, but just thought I'd mention. Okay, so as Nathan's doing that, when we start the game, you normally only use this die. You actually have to pay to use this payday die. This has various symbols on it, and it's an option whether you want to use it or not. Maybe if you need some help and you want to like get something extra. There's various symbols like bargain. So you've sold a bargain with that one. You can buy a bargain. You can re-roll if you don't like the number you've rolled.
And you can move up to an extra 3 spaces. Up to,
yes. So that can help you land on what you need.
So at the start...
I always said roll again.
So at the start of your turn, you can pay $100. Does it go to the jackpot or bank?
Into
the jackpot, and then you can choose to roll that dice, and then A, move, and then B, follow the steps on the dice.
Yeah, so I mean, that can be helpful if like you have, say, a lot of bargains you really want to sell off, and you're just not landing on the sell spaces, which are these ones here. But of course it costs you money as well, so...
Although we found that we were pretty much paying $100 every turn because it was...
we needed those extra
It was
things.
so overpowered, that particular dice. So you get $800 to start off with.
Apparently you're being the banker there, Nathan. That's not normal for us.
No, it's not normal. I'm surprised you trusted me with the money.
So we shuffle all of the decks. I'm popping them up the top so you can kind of see them. There's no specific location on the board to put them though. It's just one of those, off to the side sort of scenarios. Each one should have a discard pile as well, so we might have to put them in some weird places since we don't have a lot of space.
$1,000 at the start of the game goes into the jackpot by default, and we need to get a bargain card underneath the yard sale.
Yeah, so this particular space here, you put one of these bargains without looking at it, just under the side of the board. If you land here, you get it for less. Usually. Okay, we'll get to that. So what you do if you land here is roll this, and you would pay 100 times the roll. So that would be $500 for it.
Now, in our preferred payday version, I think the one you had when you were younger, the bargains range from, you pay like $6,000, you can sell it for like $15,000, $16,000.
Up to $20,000.
Yeah, there was a lot. So when you're getting like, that bargain for say $500, fantastic, great.
So this one's normally worth $500, so I've actually just paid the same amount anyway. I didn't get a bargain.
I hope you didn't roll a 6.
Well, yeah, so Nathan actually had one where he ended up paying more than what it was worth. So.
And I don't recall it ever happening in other versions.
No, it can't happen in the other ones because they're all in the thousands, whereas obviously if you're multiplying by your roll by 100, it's always going to be in the hundreds you pay. So.
Alright, come on, let's get this over and done with.
We actually all start with a bargain card as well, so you take one each off the top, you get to have a look at it. Now you may notice these ones are different to what we showed you before. These say auction. So you actually have to bid on these ones when you pick them up. We'll get to that. I'm sure we'll have one at some point. The first one you pick up though is totally free. So, oops, just as well. Make a bit of money, hopefully.
So apart from the nasty cards, and there's a couple of cards in here which you can play to prevent other cards be played on you, like negative effects.
You can.
Which we'll never get because they're all just dodge cards in there. So, but it's there.
Alright, there's a few other spaces on the board that aren't self-explanatory, and hopefully we'll land on them. If not, we'll mention them maybe as we go. So, do you want to start and go first? As we said, we're going to play 2 months, which means we go from start to payday twice.
Oh God, I've lost.
You can play any amount of months. Like, if you wanted to be there forever, you could play like 20 months if you wanted to.
It's saying it takes quite a while with more players too.
Yeah.
So I got 2 bills, unsurprising.
So you just put those aside and you actually pay those at the end of the month when you get to payday. I don't think we mentioned that before.
Alright.
Okay.
6. Oh!
Now, if you roll a 6, you get to take whatever money is in the jackpot. That's an awesome start for me.
Which, if you were paying attention, the event cards tell you to make other players put money into the jackpot so they can put them balance the game even further when they win it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, an event card. So every event space you just pick up 1.
Just 1.
The thing that bothers me, another thing that bothers me, is that they're all different colours.
And the cards are
didn't
orange.
Just make them orange to match the card, like this one. That makes sense.
Oh, I picked up 2 bills because it actually says a number how many male cards you pick up.
Yep. Alright, so I've got raising the stakes is a team effort. Pick any player to pay 500 to the jackpot. So we're in a 2-player game, so it's obviously going to have to be Nathan.
I will let you, just remind you, I started off with 800 and 500 of that I've just got on the jackpot on my second turn.
Yeah, well, before your second turn.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy birthday. I think you have to give me money, don't you?
Yeah, so this is Nathan's birthday, so I paid him $100. It's not just me. If we had other players, they would also have to do it as well.
Your turn.
The days of the month are also all numbered, so you know, if you finish at 6, you're going to go across to 7 next. And
Alright, 2. Speaking of lottery.
1. Oh, wait, you moved me.
Oh, I'm an idiot then.
No, Nathan. Now we're in the wrong places.
Oh, well.
Well, so I was here.
Yep.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. Nathan, you're yellow.
Oh, and usually blue too.
Alright, so let's swap. We'll just pretend Nathan still got that, even though technically he didn't. And I rolled a 2. 1, 2. Okay, so a bargain. So I picked this one up. This one does not say auction. If it said auction, I actually can't show it to Nathan.
No.
And again, we'll get to that when we get there. In this case, it's a rusty truck. Yay. I don't have to buy it if I don't want to. If I do, I need to pay $750.
But if you don't...
If I don't want to buy it, I actually have to have the other players, or player in this case, auction it. So if that was the case, I would have to say the minimum buy price is $750, and then like Nathan can go, yes, I'll bid $750, and he might have a bidding war against other players, or if he doesn't want it either, it would then get discarded.
Would you like to know my strategy?
Sure.
It's called ignoring the bargains and hoping that I land on all the event cards.
Alright, I'm going to buy that, so could you grab me a $50 note?
Yep.
Part of my chance. I can't reach.
I'm yellow.
Yes. Yes, you are. I never played as yellow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bargain.
Sorry.
Hot air balloon. How fun. Well, I'm going to buy it for $750, but it means I have to go and you better get that loan pad out.
Oh, okay. So with the loan pad, what I might do is actually just remove the one on front so that nobody's confused about why there's other numbers there. Alright, so we have different columns, and let's write you in, Nathan. It's a fairly decent sized pad that you get as well.
I find it weird that people had played that much to wear them out.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my original version that I've had like since I was a kid, we are pretty low on the score pads because we actually play it a lot. Alright. You can only take out loans in $1,000 chunks.
So I'm gonna take $1,000 and then get $250 from the bank.
Alright, yes. So what you would do is take like $1,000 out and then buy what you're buying, but we're just going to take the change out. This now sits here until we get to payday, in which case then Nathan has to pay 10% of it for interest. That then gets subtracted, even though that's normally not really quite how it works normally, but that's how the instructions say. And then he has to pay the rest off after that if he can.
It's your turn. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't want mail. A bill. Dry cleaning. Alright.
Alright. I need money, so I'm going to pay $100 into the jackpot to roll the payday dice and regular die.
Okay.
So I can move 5, 6, I can move 5.
Up to 8.
And then up to 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because that is find a buyer.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm going to sell my hot air balloon. I think, where are we putting that?
We don't have a discard pile, so...
So that's $1,350. So 1,000,
So that's going to be really handy for Nathan, given he has some bills and he has a loan to pay off.
Can I have one more whinge?
Yeah, sure.
The values on these cards make it very irritating to get change. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for some of the values.
You need a lot of notes usually to make up the value, I think is what you're kind of saying. Yeah. Okay. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! Alright, I sold something. I'm going to sell my rusty truck for 1,430, please. I can only reach some of the bank.
Right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, and 30.
Why 30? Why not just make it 1,400 or 1,450?
I don't know.
There you go.
They're a lot more even in some of the other versions, the values, so that you don't have to, you know, split between so many notes. But, I don't know, maybe people like having more.
I'm paying $100, I'm rolling the magic die again.
Okay.
Now that's...
6, 6, 6.
So
Jackpot.
Yes. So I'm going to move my 6 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Lottery. Okay, so when you hit the lottery space, the bank puts in $1,000 just in the middle of the board, not the jackpot. And then we each, if we want to participate in the lottery,
It's optional.
put in 100 each.
And then we all pick one. I pick a number first since I landed on it, and then you pick a number between 1 and 6.
So you pick 2 numbers? No, 1 number.
One
Yeah.
number.
One, I think 2.
And we roll. I'm going to pick 4.
I will pick 3. Okay. We did not get either of the numbers. So if we want to then have another go at it, we have to double the money that we put in. So this time it would be 200 to have another go. So, oops, I've lost the loans pad. We each put that in. We keep our same numbers though. Is that what you picked?
I picked 4.
You picked 4. Oh, I picked 3. So at this point, I'm looking at it and thinking, well, I just put in 200. I don't really want to double that again and put in 400. So I would say I'm out.
And I'll probably pass too. I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, so Nathan could have still put double in and then tried again, but he's not guaranteed to get his number.
No.
So if you all say, no, we passed, money just all goes to the bank.
Now, I actually have my final payday dice, which means I can sell my mystery backpack.
Yeah, so that was what Nathan rolled on this.
So that's 550? 540.
540, yeah.
Oops.
The lottery is something else that is different in some of the other versions as well, and again, I think it works better in other editions.
Alright. Roll them bones.
Alright, I'm just going to roll the 1, 2, 3. Oh, back to another lottery. 1,000 from the bank. 100 from us. I'm going to have 5.
4. There you go.
Yay! So because I got my number, I get some money.
Alright. So if I roll any more than, say, a 3, you just stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the payday. Oh, you got exactly 3 though. Right.
Whoa.
So when you get to payday, again, you stop no matter what, and you get your pay, of course, because
So
it's payday.
that is 500 by standard. So
800.
500, 600. I was saying that as I was grabbing the 500.
Yeah, so Nathan automatically gets $800. He then has to pay any bills that he's been holding on to.
Managing money is tough, and consider hiring medical movers, professional movers in the future. One more thing, some of these cards literally just say, too complex, pay money, or couldn't be bothered saying what it is, or money's hard.
Yeah, they don't actually tell you what the bill is for, which is a bit weird. I think one of them literally says something along the lines of, pay this just because, or something like that.
Right, so
that's 400 for the 2.
5 and get $100 back. And how much is my interest? It's 10% or 20?
10%, I believe it was, needs to be paid, so you have to pay $100.
So $100, and then I'm going to pay the rest of the actual whole loan off.
Okay, right.
So I am clear of debt.
So we would just cross that out, and the loan is clear.
And then for my next turn, I start the start space of the month again.
Indeed. Okay. Are we ready?
4.
4. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bargain. Customised dog stroller. Just what I've always wanted. Every pooch deserves to ride in style. $750.
Now, does some of this artwork remind you of clip art a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, they're not the best.
I mean, it's not the worst I've seen. Do you need any help?
Nope.
It's not the worst, but it's not my preferred
No.
look.
Alright, so Nathan is now into his second month. I still have to finish my first month first, but we just keep going from where we are. You don't have to wait for like all players to finish the first month.
If I happen to get here and you've just started your second month, you just keep rolling alone.
Yep.
So I'll enter a bargain.
I would recommend if you do play like a lot of months, maybe you're playing 10 months or something, mark it down somewhere.
It's very easy to forget, especially if you've got multiple players all going through. Lawn furniture or a kiddie jungle gym, imagine it. Buy for 550. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 and 50.
50.
Alright. I'm going to say this and I'll probably jinx this, but so far this is probably the best run through we've ever had.
It's because we haven't landed on any of the event cards.
Yeah, well, I had one. Alright, no money there for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, but I can sell my customised dog stroller for 1,200. Excellent. So I have 2 of those, please.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Alright, so it's my turn. I'm going to pay 100 because I really need money.
Do you? So you want something extra off that payday die? Oh, you rolled a 6, you get your money back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pick the bargain up first before the event.
From the payday card. You can do either the space you land on or whatever you get from the die first. It doesn't matter.
So I can buy it for 700 and sell for 840. That's a pretty poor profit margin.
It is very small.
I'm going to pass it to you at auction.
Oh, okay.
And start at 700. Are you interested?
No. No, I pass as well, so that will get discarded. Had I wanted it, I could have paid 700.
Well, don't worry, you're going to lose lots of money here now.
Alright, so Nathan is on the event space.
Raising the stakes of the team effort, pick any player to pay $1,500 to the jackpot.
1,500!
Come on, in it goes.
That's the worst one in there, I think, that with value. 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Oh my god.
So, you can't really see Laura's money. And you can't really see mine, but Laura probably had like double or triple the amount I have currently until this one. So one card is basically...
just crippled me. I still have money over here, like I've got a couple of these, but...
It's your turn.
Ouch.
Hope you roll a 6.
Again, we only get $800 for our payday, so I've just spent almost 2 months worth of money just going in that jackpot. Unless I win it back, of course. Didn't then. Alright, I got a 3, but I can only move 1 anyway onto the payday. You might have said, like, why bother rolling if I've only got 1 space?
If you get a 6.
I could have had my money back, so it's still worth rolling. Alright, 800 from the bank for my pay, please.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And then I only had the 1 bill for my dry cleaning, 200. So 200 goes back in. And I haven't had any loans, so that is all I need to pay. Back to start I go, so I still have my whole second month ahead.
Alright, here we go. Boink!
Oh, so now Nathan has all my money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bargain. Now I'm passing, only because I think I've got enough money if I don't land anything nasty.
Oh, see, I don't have that much money anymore now that I had to pay that huge amount, so I will bid 750 and buy that. Now, because Nathan passed on it, he can't get into the bidding.
No.
So when there's only 2 players, if someone passes, you're guaranteed to be able to buy it.
But then again, why would you? Because you've got to start at the minimum of 750. I'd only be costing myself more money.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
Oops, sorry.
I had to put in 1,000 and get some change. I didn't have enough with my other notes.
Alright. I'm going to pay $100.
Hang on. Wasn't that your turn?
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yes, because I auctioned it.
Yes. I only got to buy that on your turn. It wasn't actually my go.
2.
1, 2. No,
I've lost.
I don't want an event card. Raising the stakes is a team effort. Pick any player to pay 700 to the jackpot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, I mean, that wasn't as bad as the 1,500 I just put in.
Now I'm going to pay 100.
100 to roll the extra die.
I'm going to sell my lawn furniture.
Okay,
880.
So Nathan's using his
My payday dice.
Roll before moving. Again, you can do that in either order. Either the dice will move first.
That's 800, 50, 60, 70. God.
And 80.
Oh, jeez. And now I can move 3.
Yes. Oh, event
1,
space.
2, 3. Pick any player to put $700 to the jackpot.
Ooh, there's quite a lot of money in there again.
It's your turn, my friend.
Alright.
2.
1, 2, bargain. 10 kilos of alpaca wool. Wow. I already have 2 bargains over there, and obviously I'm in my last month, so I'm going to pass on that.
I'm going to pass too.
You're going to pass as
I'll
well.
mention if you both finish the game, you've done your allotted months. Any bargains that you've bought are just written off. You
They're
don't get any.
worthless. Yeah.
So you definitely want to try and sell them before you end the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bargain.
Astronaut helmet. No, I'm passing.
Really?
Yep.
That's actually a pretty reasonable profit on that one.
You going to take it then?
No, because I've already got 2, and the chances I'm going to sell 3 bargains in this month are probably pretty slim.
Better start paying to roll that payday dice.
Yeah, I don't have that much money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness, another bargain. Dusty old rug. We haven't picked up any of the auction ones either,
No.
so we might have to explain that at the end if we don't get any. I'm going to pass. I've already got 2. It's no use to me at the moment.
Yeah, I'm passing.
Obviously, if you're playing more months, racking up a few extra bargains is not a bad thing because you'll have more time to sell them off.
Yeah, put $400 more into the jackpot. But if you just roll 6, you can get it all.
I don't actually have 400, so I might have to take
600.
some change. 5, 6. There we go. You're almost finished.
I am.
Month. Right, my turn then.
It is. There you go.
Yay! Jackpot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh no.
It's just business, Nathan. Take 400 from any player. There's not a lot of those ones that you get money directly.
But that effectively means you're 800 up.
Oh, you need change.
Because you're $400 up and I'm $400 down. So it's just as nasty. My turn. Whew, payday. So I get my 500.
800. 800, Nathan.
1, 2, 3. I've got no bills, I've got no loans, and that is my...
Well, you're off the board then.
I'm done.
Yeah, so Nathan no longer rolls. He can still participate in things if, like, cards
Lottery and
refer
all
to
that.
other players. Yeah, lottery. Otherwise, you've just got to watch me play for a bit.
Yes, pick up those bills.
Bill. Alright, that goes aside until the end of the month. And then I just have another turn. It's a really weird feeling.
It is. Well, so Game of Life does the same thing.
No jackpot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another bargain that I'm going to pass on.
Well, I can't buy it, so I'm done. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Lottery.
Yay.
Now you can pass and not participate in it. I think when you only have to put 100 in at the start, you may as well just have a go, but
Alright, what do you...
I'm going to go with 6.
1.
Neither. Is it worth doubling for me?
I will.
Probably not.
1.
Well, you don't get to roll. I do.
Aw.
Because I was the one who landed on it. What number did you pick? Oh,
1.
1. Well,
No.
it's not a 1.
Alright, so back into the old bank it goes.
Yep, and it's my turn again since you're finished. 2, 3. I can't move any further. So I get my $800 payday.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Thank you. Alright, and then I just have my equipment rental bill, which is 200. So that goes back in. Now, just before we add up to see who is the winner, I just want to mention something that we didn't land on at all, which is the daylight saving space.
Yes, you basically, everyone goes back one space and then the actions on that space are then played out.
Yep. So if I was on there and where's your piece? I don't know, you were here, we all moved back, and then if it was my turn, I have to take 2 mail and resolve anything on those, and then it would be your turn next. You have to take an event card and resolve that as well. It goes in turn order, so whoever lands on the daylight saving goes first, and then it just rotates around the circle. It's not really that useful. It can be a real double-edged sword depending on what you land on.
There's a lot of spaces, and like the event ones are the worst.
The other thing that we didn't get
Was the auction ones.
there's not as many there. This one. Ooh. Auction. Signed soccer ball. So say I picked this one up. I don't actually show Nathan so that he can't see what it's worth. And then you can bid on it. But you can start at any value. You don't have to start at the minimum. So if I was trying to be sneaky and I was like, oh, I know Nathan's likely to buy one because he's really looking for some bargains, and I'm not interested, I might say, yeah, minimum bid's 450. And then Nathan might be like, yeah, well, I'm interested in that. I'll pay 460 for it. And then I can be like, haha, it's yours, or whatever. And then he can have it, but he's paid more than he needed to for it.
And except then comes down to the fact that I passed most of my bargains at the end because it wasn't worth it.
Well, yeah, so it depends on where you are in the game. Like, if I had auctioned this, I wouldn't have bothered to try and trick him because it wouldn't have done me any good because I knew he wasn't going to buy it. But if you were, again, playing more months, that strategy can certainly come into play. If I picked the auction one up and I didn't want it, I can just say pass, but then I have to be honest and share what the minimum bid actually is for any other players.
I'm just exchanging some notes.
Okay, to make your counting easier. Well, how about we all count and then we'll come back and let you know who won. I had 2 bargains left that I didn't get to sell, so it's going to be iffy. Alrighty, drum roll. That's a terrible drum roll. So Nathan, you had
$3,070 dues.
And I had 3,680. So I actually still managed to win there, even having 2 bargains left that I didn't sell.
Now, that very last jackpot you pulled up, do you think that was probably more than half of your total value you got there?
Yeah, so because there was, I think 1,400 or something like that in the jackpot there when I got that one. Without that, I wouldn't have won.
Or if you didn't get that, take 400 from me or not.
Yeah.
So, like I said, those event cards pretty much control the entire game. Everything else is sort of a nudge in the right way, but not really enough.
This is probably, like I said, the best run through we've ever had of this game. Often we'll just keep picking up the ones where the large chunks of money are all going into the jackpot, and
Didn't
then
I have like negative
nobody's
amount?
got. Yeah,
so I had a loan still, but I had no money.
Yeah, Nathan has actually ended up in negative before in this game. So, look, if it's the only Payday you've got, it's not the absolute worst game in the world. But I think if you can and you're looking for a Payday, maybe have a look at the other
I think
editions.
there are definitely other editions out there with better balancing.
Yeah, and the overall gameplay in all of them is the same. There's just those different kind of ways that they deal with the different parts that really changes it. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment section down below if you have a Payday and which version do you have.
There are lots of them.
Yeah, or do you have multiples and maybe you like some more than others? I don't know.
Here's what I want to know. Are there any themed Paydays, like, from brands like SpongeBob or Spider-Man or whatever it may be?
I don't know, I've never seen one, so interesting, yeah. Hit that subscribe button and check back soon. We have videos every single Tuesday.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.